So what's going on there, guys? My name is Pone, how you doing? And today I want to talk to you guys about whether or not Xur should sell the Gjallarhorn. And before we get into this video anymore, I know there are people that are on opposite sides of this. Some people want it sold, some people don't want it sold, people are afraid of it being nerfed, and that's perfectly okay. What I do ask you guys, before you leave a like on the video or upvote it, downvote it, leave a comment, please listen to the video before you actually put that in there so you understand what's going on. I wanted to put this video together, even though I know a lot of other commentators have spoken on it, but I want to give my opinions because I feel like there's a very, very valid point that most of them do not bring up. And I kind of want to put it out there because I feel like it would help people understand things a little more. So let's just dive straight in. Should Xur sell the Gjallarhorn? And I'm all for it. I say, hell, sell it this weekend. Go for it. I want my friends to have it. I mean, I've got 4 of them. I'd like one of my friends to have it. You know, I hate them having a disadvantage with Preorder, and it does make a difference. Now, the situation at hand when most people do not want this sold is because they're afraid of it being nerfed. And they're afraid of it being nerfed is because they know how strong it is. Is the gun overpowered? Yes. But is it game-breaking overpowered? No. Overpowered generally has a bad reputation. It is a word that inspires fear and, rage and all kinds of emotions. When I hear the word overpowered, I generally think, well, it needs nerfed. You know, when somebody's saying this gun's overpowered, it means it's extremely unfair, it's an unfair advantage, and it needs to be nerfed and taken down a notch. That is not always the case with overpowered. Break down the word. Over meaning more or higher than, and power being strength. So, technically, is the Gjallarhorn stronger than the rest of the rockets for PvE? Hell fucking yes, and it's noticeable. So it is, in fact, overpowered. Now, does it overpower things in PvP? No. Truth is just as destructive. Hunger, Crota, the rockets do rocket things to the Guardians in the Crucible. I do not think it. Actually, I would encourage the 6 enemies in the control match on the other team to rocket because that's one last word, Thorn, Regime, Vex that I'm dealing with. I'm really okay with dealing with a legendary over those. Now, of course, people do alternate and switch those out and put the Gjallarhorn on for the spawn, but that's not too friggin'. Most people don't really take the time to do that. Most people are just too lazy, but you know what I mean. So I feel like if it actually impacted other people, like things like the Plan C or Pocket Infinity can, I understand nerfing that because that actually affects other people. I can't really sing like the Vex running back to Bungie saying, yo, he Gjallarhorned us, killed 18 of us at a time. They don't have feelings. They can't get hurt. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's that big a deal with it being as destructive as it is. Now, I don't think it's game-breaking destructive either. It's not like we're two-shotting Valis to Arc, you know what I mean? So I don't think it's unnecessarily OP. My argument, though, is if he does sell it, there is a chance it could overpower, the senses and Bungie become more alert, but they should know. Commentators have made videos. Everybody knows what the Gjallarhorn is capable of. But could this instate a potential chance of it being nerfed? Yes. And you saw that with the Shuros regime and the auto rifles being nerfed in Crucible lately. It wasn't a major nerf, but they were nerfed simply because they were overused. They weren't overpowered. Hand cannons stomped them. Scout rifles could stomp them. They weren't overpowered. They were just simply overused. And that's what people are afraid of with the Gjallarhorn. They're afraid of if everybody's using it all the time and it's 90% of the weapon used, then you'll never deal with anything else again. And that's the fear. Now, my situation is, I think that fear is just absolutely absurd. I'm all for it. If they really do judge this weapon and they consider it to be overpowered, I hope they nerf it. And that probably just upset a lot of you guys. Most of us have these standards. We sit here, we play Crucible. We want them to nerf shotguns. We want them to nerf the Pocket Infinity. We want them to nerf this. We want all these changes and all these fixes and all this weapon balance. Until it comes to the gun that we really, really like for PvE. You want all of these other changes. You want them to nerf all the things that you hate in Crucible, but you want them to leave your Gjallarhorn alone. You can't have one and not the other, you know what I mean? You can't say, hey, nerf everything but this one. I want to keep this one. If you want a balanced game, you need to take a 100% balanced game. You can't have those standards to say, hey, I want this one untouched, do whatever you want with the rest. You can't be that picky or that selfish. You got to understand these things. That's why I'm like, hell, Xur, go ahead and sell it. Give it to all my friends. If it ends up getting nerfed, it ends up getting nerfed. So be it. The Wolfpack rounds are what make it unique, so if, they cut the Wolfpack rounds in half, it's still going to be stronger than the rest of them. I don't know how they would nerf it in the first place, but I honestly have those feelings about it. If something's overpowered and the developers deem it needing to be nerfed, I want them to nerf it. And that's my argument for that. So, again, do I think it's ever going to get nerfed? No. If it happens, would it shock me? No, but that's where we are. That's the kind of, line that we're drawing right now. So, again, I love the gun. I hope he sells it. I want my friends to have it so they have as best of an advantage as they can for Crota and other opportunities. And I hope he sells it. He sold it once before, and I know there's no traditional way to earn things, but as long as you've done Nightfalls and you do raids, I think it's all coming down to random. You can easily get these things. So that's how I feel. I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Let me know if this has changed your opinion on anything or if you understand my points. And feel free to leave a comment down below with your points, why you think he should or shouldn't sell it. and give me your feelings, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will catch you with another one later tomorrow, guys.